even though I've been to all 50 states, I've actually never been to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan before, so it's kind of like a new state. You know, it's an interesting place because of how it's separated, obviously, from the part of Michigan that has most of the population. So the Upper Peninsula actually has 29% of the land area of Michigan, but only 3% of the population. So that certainly sounds like a place I'd like to explore. And I only have one day here, so I thought, you know, the best way would just be to kind of wander and check things out. I'm gonna start on Route 28 for a little bit. It kind of goes, it's in the eastern part of the Upper Peninsula, and then I'm gonna head south at some point to go more along the southern part that's just north of Lake Michigan, and just kind of wander my way a little bit west and a little bit south and then a little bit west again, and just see what kind of places there are. Are they like other places in the Midwest? Are they more like maybe Canada because we're so close to Canada? So let's go ahead and get started and see what we can find. Crossing into Michigan from Ontario right there. I'll have some other videos from Canada coming up in the future, but we're crossing over the bridge right there. You see Sault Ste. Marie, and that's this town or city on both sides of the border. But we're going to kind of cruise through there, come down to where it says 6 Mile Road, and then we'll head west. And we'll take 6 Mile Road over to our first community of Brimley. Our first town here on the southern shore of Lake Superior is Brimley. Brimley was established as a station on the Duluth South Shore and Atlantic Railway in 1872. Community was platted in 1887 and given a post office with the name Superior in 1888. It was renamed Brimley in 1896 after General William Brimley, a railroad official. After leaving Brimley, we're going to drop down and connect with Michigan Route 28. We're going to be on that for a little while. And there's little dots on the map and little small towns, and you can see we'll kind of take little detours off 28 up to check those out. And there's also an old railroad line that kind of connects all these towns. You can see on this map, but kind of an old abandoned railroad. So then we'll go on over to Newberry, and that'll be our first incorporated town of the day. Next up is an interesting little ghost town called Raco. It had a post office from 1915 to 1985. It was the first civilian conservation camp in the Upper Peninsula. Created in 1933 by President Roosevelt's New Deal plan. By 1942, Raco was the only camp left in the district. Its fire protection area covered 151,000 acres. Then soon after, the camp was phased out with America's entry into the Second World War. You can see there's the sign for the site of the camp. It was then converted into a POW camp for over 250 German prisoners of war who were captured in North Africa during the war. And after the war, buildings were removed and only the foundations and there's the chimney remain.
is down here. This is McLeod's Corner.
Our first incorporated town of the day is Newberry. It's the county seat of Luce County. It's the only incorporated community in the entire county. It was founded in 1882, named in honor of John Newberry, a U.S. representative from the state of Michigan. It was designated by the state legislature as the Moose Capital of Michigan. Population has always been over 1,000, peaked in 1950 at 2,800, and it has a little over 1,400 today, so it's about half of its largest size.
Turning and heading south now. That Route 28 was pretty cool. Found some interesting small towns and kind of ghost towns and historic places. So I really like that. It makes me want to come back and keep exploring 28 further to the west. So maybe I'll do that someday. I'm going to head south now, and then basically, like I said earlier, be on the northern side of Lake Michigan and see how those little towns look.
We're going to reconnect with 28 south of Newberry, but then quickly after that, we're going to head south and see what the southern part of the peninsula looks like on 117. And that'll take us down to a small community called Engadine before we hop on Route 2. This is the unincorporated community of Engadine. began as a lumbering community. The beginning of the lumber boom in the Upper Peninsula by 1880. It was named Kennedy when the post office opened in 1889. The Canadian Pacific Railway built a line through the area in 1888, and the community centered along the railroad. An early settler moved to the area, suggested changing the name from Kennedy to Engadine, as he formerly resided in the Engadine Valley in Switzerland. So they changed the name in 1893. Now that we're on Route 2, gonna head west. As you can see, we're kind of on the northern part of Lake Michigan here. And we're gonna head west, and we're gonna follow that little railroad right there. You can see it goes through a couple small towns. Then we'll get back on 2, and we'll take that all the way over to our final destination of Manistique. Gould City was first settled in 1886. Post office opened in 1888. It was named after the Gould family, who were among the first commercial fishermen on the northern Lake Michigan shoreline. By 1893, the community had a railway station along the Minneapolis-St. Paul and Sault Ste. Marie Railroad. The lumber boom hit in 1905, and by 1910, the population hit its peak of about 200. Many of the original buildings in the community were unfortunately destroyed by a fire in 1929. This is the ghost town of Corinne, and you can see the railroad right there, and then the Eagle House says 1888 on the side. So this was named Viola from 1889 to 1942, had a post office, and it was a lumbering settlement on that same railroad from Gould City. And this main building here was quite a lot of different things. It was a saloon, it was a boarding house, it was a post office, it was a general store. So a pretty impressive old building, has some history written on the side. And other than that, there's not too much to see here in Corinne, just a couple of buildings and a couple of houses.
This is where we're going to finish today. We're going to finish up in the city of Manistique, Michigan. All the way up until here, it's been very easygoing, like not very much traffic, and now it's starting to get busier. There's hotels and motels and a lot of touristy stuff, so that's a good sign for me to stop the video. So we'll show you a little bit of Manistique, but I really enjoyed this. You know, it felt a lot of ways like some of the places in the middle of the country that, you know, populations have gone down and it's just a little bit quieter, and I can see why people might not want everyone to come up here and visit, and it's a little bit harder to get to, and that might be good for the people that live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So I really liked it. Definitely will come back again sometime and explore a little bit more. There's a county way up in the top of the UP that only has like 2,000 people in it. So definitely want to come back and visit that and check out more of the Michigan UP.
Manistique is the county seat of Schoolcraft County. It was originally named Manistique with an O from 1865 to 1869. Had a population of 200. The term was a native word for red, which described the color of the water. A new post office started called Epsport After local family from 1873 to 1879, a population of 500. It was changed to Manistique in 1879 because of a spelling error in the city charter. They had an A instead of an O in there, and they just kept it. It's on the north shore of Lake Michigan at the mouth of the Manistique River, and it's nicknamed the Emerald City, believed to be named after the emerald green waters from a spring nearby, which is the largest spring in the state of Michigan. Lake Michigan.
Lighthouse. Oh, getting wet. There's a big one. Oh, I got totally wet.
Hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end of that video. And since you're here, let me tell you a little bit more about the extras on the channel. One of the first things you can do is become a member. There are 3 levels of support. There's supporter, producer, and executive producer levels. All 3 have different levels of fun incentives and perks. If you haven't done so, please check out travelwiththewiseguy.com. There are lots of extras on there to explore. One of them is merchandise. We have Travel with the Wise Guy coffee mugs, Death Go Round t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and all sorts of fun things to show your support of this channel. Also on the website is a custom Google map. I've dropped pins in every place I've visited and linked the episode to each location. This seems to be a very popular feature for many of you. Also, sign up for my free newsletter that goes out about once a month. There are all sorts of links and tidbits on this page, old videos, podcasts, and just about everything I can think of I throw on the website. Get all that information on travelwiththewiseguy.com. Now for the real reason you're here, the outtakes.
Walking back. There's a couple spots that'll get you down here, man. And it's funny how there's a dry spot. You can stand here and just hang out.
I give the Michigan UP 2 thumbs UP.
I was in Canada for 4 days and didn't see one single death go around. I crossed over to Michigan Upper Peninsula. There you go.
We're in Gould City, so it's basically a ghost town. Look at that, well kept. Spins really well. Ooh, it's a little windy out here. Spins really well. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a 9. That's really good. Way to go, Gould City, Michigan.